Right, we're going to look at another wheelchair exercise. And this one is the main point winning shot. It's the one that most spectacular shot probably in wheelchair table tennis. So I'm just going to multi-ball Andrew towards the body because you need to be behind it so you can control the shot. But this is called an up and under or a tetra shot where the ball goes really high in the air. It's very difficult, obviously, if the ball's up in the air for somebody in a chair because you're not allowed to actually lift yourself out of the chair is one of the rules. Okay, so because you've got to stay seated, it's very difficult. And actually, when they do it really well, the ball actually goes back to the other person onto their own side. So just so we can do some. Perfect. Perfect. If I can't get to it, it's Andrew's point.
See, even sometimes when they drift along, they're still hard to get because if it's on you and it's spinning back, it's hard to still time it. So sometimes even when they get them wrong, they still work.
So as you can see there, what Andrew's doing, as the ball's bouncing along at him and coming onto him, he's leaving it a little bit later and he's actually chopping down on the ball and creating this big loop effect with a bit of backspin. And he wants it actually to land fairly close to the net this time so that the person's drawn in and the ball goes back before they can get to it. So it's this little downward chopping action with almost a vertical bat. It's not right, totally laid back. It's just a slight laid back into one open position and then this little tiny chop down. Would you say you have quite a loose grip as you do it?
You have to be quite loose. You don't want too tight, it'll bounce off.
Okay. Any other things that you would want to add to that if somebody was learning it?
You need probably better off trying to learn it off topspin. It's quite hard to do off backspin, so you need quite a lot of pace. But I'd say a lot of the times you can look to get it in is if someone misplaces a serve. So you set a serve triangle along to your hip, and they get long and it drifts over at the middle of the backhand, you'll find that's a lot of the time just gone. And don't always worry about bringing it like fully back over. Sometimes it can like bounce short and then go off the angle. It's still going to be the same effect, you're still going to get the point.
Yeah. Do you find that some people come across the side to
some
make it bend?
Some people will come like this way,
right,
and they'll create the angle off that way, or like even this way, I suppose, if you're
depending if your disability allows it,
you can get it off that way as well.
Yeah. Would you say it's like the main point winning shot in?
I'd say
a spectacular shot.
Yeah, it's definitely the most spectacular shot to watch.
Yeah.
I'd say the lower you go in the classes, so like 1 and 2, you're going to get more and more of it. Because obviously, the way the hands are as well, if they've got it strapped, it's quite an easier shot to learn, I suppose. Yeah. But the higher you go, but as I say, like the game is evolving and more high classes are starting to use the shot. So.
Yeah. Well, even in stand-up now, it's starting to appear a bit, which I think the stand-up have actually pinched this technique more off the disability. Up until disability started becoming more popular. From then, I see it quite a bit in the stand-up compared to what I used to see it years ago. So I think we've definitely pinched it from the disability scene. So just do a few more, if you want to try and make it. Would you want me to serve it in and see what it's like off a serve? If I do like that long fast serve like you're on about. So there we go. There's that perfect one, So there was a long fast serve into Andrew's hip area. Sorry. And there we've got a perfect shot. You can see just how difficult that would be if I was... Perfect shot. Oof, nearly. Good. Yeah, perfect. Any questions?
Just one question for anyone who's new to this, maybe watching this video itself for the first time in a wheelchair, and they think, I'd like to do that. How do they go about it?
Well, when I first started playing at school, because I went to an able-bodied school, so it was like, there never anyone in a wheelchair there before. and it got a PE, and they were a bit like, oh, what do we do? Like, what can you do? So then obviously table tennis, I had a table tennis coach there, and she was like, come in and try. So I went in and tried with her, and then I just Googled and went to my local club, I think when I was like 13,
Yeah.
along them lines, and there was a disability session there. Most clubs should offer a disability session, or you should be able to get a one-to-one with a coach.
Yeah.
You should be able to help you.
But I'm a big believer in that. It should be inclusivity.
Yeah,
it should
like
be.
now I
Why
train
not?
with the
Like
top
you
squad, yeah.
just join in with all players standing,
Yeah.
You know, seated, and everything. And for me, that's proper inclusivity, as opposed to there's an actual session for
I
somebody
mean, it might,
in a wheelchair.
just because when you're starting out, you might want, some people want the disability, just,
Yeah,
so
just
that it
so
feels
they
more
feel
even.
comfortable.
But as you get further in, it's one of them games that you can play with. So me and Steve can play, and Steve's able-bodied.
Yeah.
It's one of them games you can play with anyone, really. I compete in the local leagues. I've competed at decently high level in able-bodied, I'd say.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant.
it's an all-round good, really.
Yeah, very good.
So basically, there's no barriers.
No, not
It's just turn up at your local club and you should be good to go.
yeah.
No, I think that's one of the beauties of sport, in all sports,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
table tennis in particular, I think is really good at, you know, anybody can play. You know, it's a great game. That's what makes it so good.
Oh, and we forgot to mention about the table. So like certain tables, that are made, they'll have a bar underneath, so you can't fully get under. So if you look at this, I don't know if you can see the table in the angle, but this table has got no bar.
So it's a
it
really
means we
good
can get-
table
It's
for
a really
you.
good table for a wheelchair, because we can get in
Yeah.
to like here, and sometimes obviously the bar's going to stop you and you'll bang your legs. So
Yeah,
it's pretty good, really.
I know there is a lot of tables out there where you can't get fully under, which is a major problem.
Yeah.
Which clubs probably should look at, or manufacturers should look at.
I think it's more manufacturers.
yeah,
isn't it,
yeah,
really?
probably, you know, make sure that it's wheelchair friendly. Right, thank you. See you on the next one.